Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of your review channel. I have a spring like this and it needs to be replaced. I'm going to show you how to do it. Pretty easy. Has a spring, safety cable, came with the whole kit. I'm going to show you that in a second. If you saw my last video, I replaced the actual pulley. It's the wire itself, the cable, because it was fraying. We changed all that. So now the spring, the door is not opening. It's having some issues lifting. The door is shaking and it's not lifting. You can see the spring here is compromised. You can see that. Oh, it's compromised. And I think they're just really old. I think they've passed their cycle as far as lifting a door. It doesn't work anymore. I'm having some issues. And also we're going to grease the rail. Bought some grease. We're going to grease all that and get that all fixed. We're going to replace both these springs. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get to it. So it's so important to, when you change these, be very, very careful. What you want to do is lift up the door, take off the tension. We want to lock the door in place with a pair of vice grips. I'll show you that in a second. And then we want to remove these springs. We're going to check the safety cables. If they're still good, we're going to reuse them. There's no need to change them if they're still good. And the way to check them basically is to make sure they're not frayed. So here's the safety cable. It looks in very good condition, so there's no sense of doing all the changing. You don't need to do that. Just you have to take it apart, and we're going to thread the new one through it, and I'm just going to change these springs. So far as the load on the spring, so every garage is different. I couldn't find any information. A friend of mine had his done. He told me it was the heaviest door possible, so he got 190 weight springs. In other words, the door should weigh approximately 190. I only could get 160. It should be fine. Brand new springs with that kind of tension weight on it should be okay. It shouldn't be any issues at all, I hope. And we'll see, because this door is very, very heavy. And you can always tell when its door is not working correctly, it won't stay up on its own. It'll just, when you do the release, it'll just keep falling on its own. And I'll show you that right now. So I'll take the door off the tension, and you can see here, and I'll lift the door. When you lift the door, it should stay up, and it's not. See how it just falls right down? That door should be staying up on its own, and it's just very, very heavy. And you can feel the weight, and it's just way, way too heavy. So it's got to be changed. Change these springs, and let's get to it. Okay, so this is the kit I received. I got. So it does come with 2 springs and 2 safety cables if you want to use them. Like I said, I think these are in good shape. I don't think it's necessary. All these springs are color coded, and I've looked online. I think that sometimes there's different codes for different doors, and who's coming up with the different color codes, I have no idea. So everybody has their own code, I guess. I don't know. But these are 160 rated. Here are the extra piece if you needed it. Again, I don't think I do. These look good. I mean, if you want to put new ones on, you can. It's up to you. We're going to thread these two. We're going to put these on, and we're going to see what happens. All right, first thing we'll do is get this garage up and get the vice grip on it. Okay, so I had actually couldn't do it on camera. It was just too hard, but you can see here these springs here. These are pretty loose. There's a little bit more tension than that. You can see how the springs are like just so easy to move around. We'll take them off. You'll see how easy they're just going to flop everywhere. So we're going to get the spring off. We're going to hook it up, and we're going to put the new one on, and we're going to run it right through the rail. And it should be pretty simple. This is probably about a 6 out of 10 on the score. Probably the hot part's getting off the safety hook, as you can see here. It's just a couple little screws right here. Take those off. Safety cable comes out, and this pops right off. All right, let's get to it. And the first thing I want to do is also, I would like to lock the garage door, pair of vice grips, and let's get that on there. And that locks the door from coming down. You don't want it to come down. Just put on a flat rail, the flat part of the rail. That'll hold the door up so there won't be any issues with falling on you, just in case. So next thing you want to do is pick up the safety cable. Let's get that off here. Let's just disconnect this. There's a couple of screws here, the U-bolt, and that just disconnects it. And it'll just take that down, get that out of the way, and it'll pop off the spring. Okay, so you can see the spring came off. The safety cable came off easy. It's not frayed at all. It's in good shape. It looks really good, and you can see the spring here. This is going to come right off easy. Let's just slide on here with the little hook here, and it slides onto a bracket. Just like that there. Super easy. So that'll come right off. Let's do this. I need 2 hands again, I apologize. So we're just gonna slide this off. And then we're gonna attach the new spring, and then we're gonna attach the spring to the hook. And you can see the spring here is very compromised. It's all warped. All right, let me get this down and I'll show you. So you can got the spring off, super easy. You can see it's just real flexible and just didn't have any tension left at all in it. It's really just, it's seen better days. It's probably 20 years old, honestly. And you can see it's all out of place and all warped. And let's get the new spring in. So the only issue is that has a straight hook, and this is like a little sealed, like you see here, like the so you just can't like just hook it on. You have to kind of run it through like a pigtail. So you have to just run it right through. Like that's how I'm gonna do it. Or if you want to, it's up to you. You can take off the bolt and just use it that way. But I'll just slide it through. It's just easier that way. And I'll show you 1 second how it looks once I get that on. Okay, guys. So I couldn't snake it through this. I thought I could. It was too hard, so I just took off the bolt. This bolt comes right out and bolted it right up. And I'm hanging it here. This safety cable is gonna run right here. So we're just gonna tighten this up. I had to adjust it a lot, the slack, because it's a new spring, so it's a lot of tension on this spring. It's brand new. So take off the bolt. I'm gonna put this bolt back on. We're gonna run the safety cable back up to where it was. Then we'll do the other side, and we'll see how it works. It's pretty easy. Just make sure you follow. Remember where your safety cable went? This side or that side. Just make sure you kind of take a mental picture. And this is on the outside, which makes sense. And then we're just gonna put the bolt back in, put the safety cable up. We're gonna reverse it. We're gonna do the other side as well. And adjust the tension, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hope you're learning a little bit how to do this. Hope I'm making it clear. It's pretty easy. I just couldn't snake it through like I thought I could. Like a pigtail was too hard. Easy to take the bolt off. Just a couple tools, no big deal. A couple sockets. And this is tight. This is working great. Safety cable looks good. And let's continue. Update, I actually did change the safety cable. At the further inspection, I did know some weak points here on the hook when they hooked it to the other side. So I did change it. I guess you might as well just do it. It comes with the kit. So the next 5 minutes, but change the cable. It's not a big deal. And basically hooked it around where the old one went, which is right here. Right here, you can see it. Run it right through the spring. You can see where it's sitting here on top of the spring, the safety cable on the outer side of the ridge. And you can see it's tight inside. Actually, what they had it originally is they had this tied up to this one S-hook, both things. What that problem is with that is that you can't adjust your spring if you have to. The tension, because then you're locked. So I bought a new S-hook. I just place it in the furthest one, locked it down. I'll adjust this cable after, we'll cut it. And that's all set. So that side's done. So definitely, okay, so let's just change the safety cables. It looks nicer. Everything looks good so far. And I'll do the other side and we'll do a test. Hopefully you're learning a little bit about how to change these cables, safety cables, and also how to change the springs. Let's see. This looks pretty good. You can see the good tension on that spring. And we're going to equal the other side as well to get roughly the same kind of tension. And that's how you kind of adjust them, like kind of by eye. That should be good. Hopefully this is the right size. If I don't, I have to order a custom spring. Hopefully a 160 should do it. All right, I'm gonna do the other side and see how it goes. Okay guys, welcome back. Yes, I got the both springs done. I'm trying to show you how they look one more time. I got the door open. I'm gonna release the door, take a look. This is the second one here. You can see it's sitting correctly. I already released the door. The idea is a door should close without, it should be able to close it without it falling down. Last time it was falling down. You can see here, it's staying put. Right here, you can see. It doesn't fall down. You can see how the springs are working correctly. The pulley is correct. This is sitting over here. That should be okay. Now we're gonna grease everything. You can see the door doesn't close. That's how it should be. So it's safety, so it doesn't slam. That's how it should go. And then it should just close nice and easy. So I think the 160s was the correct size for sure. I don't like that. I don't like this is sitting. I don't like the way that's sitting. I'll have to adjust this hook a little bit. This S hook a little bit. I want that to sit up a little bit higher. I don't want this to sit on the pulley. Just have to be careful. You know, run it back and forth a few times, make sure it's set. But the springs look good. It's hooked up correctly. I put the new S hooks in for the, I changed all the safety cables. So we should be good. Hopefully the garage door will open correctly now. I'm just gonna do some greasing. I'm gonna grease the rails. I'm gonna grease the center rail with the white grease, some old white grease on there. And then we're gonna give it a shot. So stay tuned to see how it opens and closes. And if I brought you some value, don't forget that super thanks. So that does help support my channel so I can keep making these videos to help you do things at home for yourself. Everything I raise with the channel goes back into the channel and helps me do these videos so I can continue helping you. I had to buy these springs. No one gave me these springs. Everything I buy is pretty much on my own unless I tell you. And this was on my own. I bought these springs and I did this all myself. Purchased everything, so I want to make a video to help you, and hopefully you consider that. Also, if you also share the video, it means a lot to me. Share, like, and also subscribe. If that's really all I ask, really honestly, if you subscribe to my channel, it really means a lot to me. And if you can show other people how to do their own garage door springs, and it's just an easy thing. Don't pay someone. But it cost me $300 to have this done. This cost me $50, just so you know. That's a big savings. All right, let's get to it and grease it up and see how it works. Okay guys, I got everything all greased. I greased the rails here. I greased the center rail on top here with the slides. And let's give it a shot. Let's see how it works. Let's go over here and hit the button and see how we do. Very nice. See how it closes, make sure it closes pretty even. See what we have here, any off-center doors at all. Pretty good. And let's open it, because it wouldn't open at all, just so you know, it wouldn't open at all. You can see those springs make a huge difference. It lifts the door right up. The motor just helps just give it a little push, and that takes care of that. All right, I'm just gonna do a little tweaking. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hope you learned how to do this, and come out good. Easy project, took me about a half hour approximately, and everything looks great. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate your time, and see you at the next one.